Most people believe that wealth is a number on a screen or a high credit score on an app. They spend 40 years chasing paper promises, thinking that as long as they play by the rules, the system will take care of them. They believe that their 401k, their home equity, and their bank balance are solid ground. But in 2026, the ground is shifting. The system isn't designed to make you wealthy. It's designed to keep you productive, predictable, and above all, dependent. Meet Mark. To the outside world, he used to look successful. He had the platinum cards, the leased luxury German car, and a savings account that felt safe because it had 5 figures in it. But Mark realized a chilling truth. He was just a highly polished tenant of a financial cage. He wasn't building wealth. He was renting a lifestyle. He was one bank error, one policy update, or one economic reset away from losing everything. Today, Mark has stopped playing the bank's game. He has stopped asking for permission. He has moved from the paper world into the real world. He has become what we call a sovereign architect. Whether this is the first time you are hearing this, or you've been searching for a way out, what you are about to see is the final step of a strategic exit. This is how you stop being a victim of the economy and start building your own. The cure for the 2026 economy is sovereignty. In the old world, wealth was measured by how much you could display, the brand of your watch, the zip code of your house, the status of your debt. In the new world, wealth is measured by how much you can control. Most people are still holding their breath, waiting for the Federal Reserve to save them, waiting for interest rates to fall, or for their purchasing power to magically return to what it was in 2019. They are waiting for a ghost that isn't coming back. The architect knows better. The system cannot save you because the system is the one consuming you. To be free, you must build a life that no longer requires a permission slip from a centralized authority to function. Let's talk about the first pillar, asset conversion. We are witnessing the great migration of value. We are moving from paper promises to real atoms. A paper promise is anything that relies on someone else's honesty or solvency. It is a bank balance, a stock option, a bond, or a pension fund. These are all claims on someone else's future performance. If the counterparty fails, if the bank closes its doors for a weekend holiday, or if the currency is devalued by a stroke of a pen, your wealth vanishes. It was never yours. You just had a license to use it. The architect aggressively converts currency into things that exist in the physical and decentralized realm. This starts with physical equity. Most people are taught that debt is a tool, but in a reset, debt is a shackle. Every dollar you pay in interest is a bullet you hand to the person holding your leash. The priority of the architect is the acquisition of tools and property that are owned 100%. Think about this. A modest, paid-off home on a small plot of land is infinitely more valuable than a luxury mansion with a 30-year mortgage. Why? Because the small home provides a floor for your existence that no bank can take away. The mansion is a liability disguised as an asset. In 2026, looking rich is the most expensive mistake you can make. It draws attention and requires high maintenance costs paid in a devaluing currency. The architect chooses to look ordinary on the outside while becoming extraordinary on his balance sheet. He buys the 10-year-old truck in cash. He pays off the smallest debts first to reclaim his cash flow. He understands that a lower cost of living is the ultimate competitive advantage. Now we must address the where. Where does your wealth live? If your savings are sitting in a centralized bank, you have a rental agreement on your own labor. You are subject to withdrawal limits, source of funds interrogations, and the constant threat of account freezes. The architect builds a portfolio with zero counterparty risk. This is the triad of sovereignty. First, physical precious metals. Gold and silver are not just investments. They are the only forms of money that have never gone to zero in 5,000 years. They are private, they are physical, and they require no electricity or internet to have value. They are your ultimate off switch from the digital surveillance state. Second, decentralized protocols. We are in the age of math-based finance. The architect uses technology to store value in a way that is borderless and unseizable. It is about moving from permission-based finance to truth-based finance. If you don't hold the keys, you don't own the coins. It is that simple. And third, productive land and tangible tools. Land that can produce food or a workshop that can repair goods is a hedge against the collapse of complexity. In an era of supply chain fragility, the ability to produce your own basic needs or to provide a service that neighbors actually need is the highest form of wealth. You cannot eat a stock certificate. You cannot build a shelter with a credit score. The second pillar is resilience. Mark has stopped building a fragile life. What's a fragile life? It's a life that collapses if the grocery store shelves are empty for 3 days. It's a life that breaks if the power grid fluctuates or if the just-in-time delivery system fails. Mark is now building an anti-fragile existence.
He is investing in local networks. He knows the name of his neighbor. He knows who has a well, who has a generator, and who can fix a tractor. He has traded his frequent flyer miles for local connections and alternative supply lines. He has moved from being a pure consumer, someone who just sucks resources out of the system, to being a producer. This is the secret the financial elite do not want you to know. The more self-sufficient you are, the less they can leverage you. They need you to be hungry, cold, and scared to make you obey. When you produce your own value, you become dangerous to the system because you are no longer manageable. But the most important asset in the architect's blueprint isn't in a vault or on a blockchain. It is human capital. In a world dominated by AI, automation, and shifting economic sands, your most valuable asset is between your ears. Mark is obsessively learning skills that solve real-world problems. While the masses are distracted by digital noise, 15-second videos, and manufactured outrage, the architect is training. He is learning construction, basic mechanics, negotiation, and strategic thinking. In a crisis, the person who can do things is the person who leads things. Wealth can be stolen. Skills can only be used. This is the Mark Invests blueprint. It isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-free-forever strategy. It requires a level of discipline that most people simply do not possess. It means being the only person in your circle who isn't bragging about a new car or a credit limit increase. It means being quietly, invisibly powerful. The year 2026 is the Great Divide. On one side, there are the marks of the old world, people with high credit scores and empty souls, wondering why they work 60 hours a week for things they don't even have time to use and don't even truly own. They are the ones who will be crushed when the paper world catches fire. On the other side, there are the architects. These are the ones who saw the cage, recognized the leash, and had the courage to walk out the door while everyone else was still arguing about the color of the bars. They won't be famous, they won't be flashy, but they will be the only ones who can look their children in the eye and say, "I am free. I own my time. I own my life." The blueprint is in your hands now. You can close this video and go back to the paper world, hoping that the rules won't change again. Or you can start building your sovereignty today. You don't need $1 million to start. You just need to stop giving your power away. My name is Mark, and I've shown you the exit. The architecture of your future is now up to you.
Welcome to the first day of your sovereignty.